As you can see right now, the track crew and officials have rolled Excalibur right side up, back on all fours. A lot of damage done here tonight.
You're watching Monster Truck Attitude.
Welcome in, Monster Truck fans, to a brand new season here tonight on Thursday Night Thunder. We kick off the March season with defending champion Jim Cartwright and Alien trying to defend the championship flag here tonight. As we look at round one, Toxic's back to take on Blue Thunder. Then Snakebite's in the house taking on Black Stallion. Other side of your bracket, Crash Test Dummy takes on Excalibur. And then Toro, Loco in the house, who takes on defending champion Alien in our round one matchups to get us started inside of the March season. Now up first here tonight in round one, new kid on the block, making his MTA debut, Dustin Stoner behind the wheel of the Toxic Ford machine over there on the outside lane. He's about to take on a longtime veteran, Sawyer Ramsdale, in the Built For Tough Blue Thunder, ready to go over here on the inside lane. Who's going to be moving on in the semifinals? The March season kicks off right now down the straightaway. Toxic with the early, here goes Blue Thunder on the inside. What a ride for Sawyer Ramsdale. Blue Thunder going for a wild ride over here on the inside lane. We're going to go back and take another look at the replay. As you can see, as they were coming down the straightaway, Toxic with a slight lead. Blue Thunder now starting to make up the ground, hits the crush cars with a bad bounce. End over end he goes, and the new kid on the block, Dustin Stoner and Toxic, will advance on into our semifinal action. Next up here tonight in round one, the legend returns. Mean Gene Patterson, hailing out of Cobra Creek, Colorado. Snakebites in the house. He's going to be taking on the Monster Mania 4 champion, back for the first time in a while. Joey Andrews over there out of Hagerstown, Maryland, the Black Stallion Ford. Who's it going to be going to semis? The green light goes down now. Black Stallion and Snakebite. Stallion's got a lead on him. Here comes Patterson on the inside. What a matchup in round one, as Snakebite will park it right there on top of the van stack in the shutdown area. What a close race here tonight in round one between Black Stallion and the Snakebite. We're going to go back and look at the replay again. They're even up and over no man's land. They settle it down on the cars, shoot out to the finish line, and Snakebite will pull away a victory by mere inches. Black Stallion hanging right there with him, however, in round one. Next up here tonight, Josh Rhodes returns in the Excalibur Chevrolet, out here driving for the Crush This race team. Then we got the return of K&J Motorsports' very own Kieran Adams at Crash Test Dummy, back for the first time in a while over their stage on the outside lane. Who's it going to be? The green light goes down. Crash Test Dummy and Excalibur side by side, up and over no man's land. A shootout to the finish line. Excalibur in trouble. He turns it over in the shutdown area. Josh Rhodes has turned over the truck right there, trying to chase down the Crash Test Dummy here tonight inside of round one. Here's a look at the replay. Side by side through no man's land. They settle it down on the crush cars right here at the finish line. Kieran Adams and Crash Test Dummy pull out a win by inches here tonight over Excalibur, but then it wasn't over just yet, as Josh Rhodes turns it over down the inside of the shutdown area right there on top of that final van stack. Our MTA track crew and officials rushing out there now as they get ready to pull him right side up. Again, you can already start to see the damage done to Excalibur here tonight on Thunder. So the Crush This team has a lot of work to do to get him back by next week of the March season. We'll have an update down in the pits later on tonight from the Crush This team and the Excalibur Chevrolet. There you see some of the body panels hanging out right there down inside that shutdown area. Hopefully they'll be able to come back by next week. But now we get set and ready to close out round one. We're going to see the new kid on the block, Georgia Wolk, in the Toro Loco machine. There you see her over there on the outside lane, now ready to take on the guy who's taken MTA by storm. He's already racked up several wins since last summer. Jim Cartwright and Alien, the defending Thunder champion. Here's the green light down the straightaway they go. It looks like they're pretty even now, up and over no man's land, and Toro Loco in all kinds of trouble. But Jim Cartwright, Alien will get the job done as he defends the flag with success here tonight on Thunder. We watch him now up and over no man's land. Watch Toro Loco on the outside lane, takes a bad lick right there. She was hanging right there with him all the way down to the wire, but Alien is your winner. And we talked about it earlier tonight. We're going to go down in the pit area of the Crush This team. As you can see, they are down there thrashing on Excalibur. Again, he went for that wild ride, trying to chase down the Crash Test Dummy earlier tonight inside of round one. He's out of competition. He only lost out by mere inches here tonight. Hopefully they'll have him back by next week. But that means we started with 8 trucks. We're now down to the final 4 here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Toxic, the new kid on the block. Dustin Stoner returns to take on the legendary Gene Patterson and Snakebite. Then Kieran Adams, the veteran of MTA, will take on the new kid on the block, Jimmy Cartwright, who's been with us for almost a year now, trying to defend that championship flag. And right now, Toxic looked pretty bad fast earlier tonight in round one. However, So did the supercharged BDS-powered Brass Eagle Snakebite. Now staged over there on the outside lane. Patterson looking to get another Thunder Championship win. We'll see what he's got against the new kid on the block in Toxic. Here's the green light now. Snakebite's going to get a whole shot down the straightaway. Toxic hanging right there with him. Here comes the new kid on the block. He turns it over in the shutdown area. Not sure what happened to Gene Patterson and Snakebite. He had a good lead on him. But how about Dustin Stoner and Toxic hanging right there with the long-time veteran? We go back and look at the replay. They're even now as they go up and over no man's land. Settles it down right there. Patterson gets crossed up, hits the side stack of cars, and then Toxic loses it right there at the finish line. However, he is your winner here tonight in semifinals. Who is he going to meet in the final round showdown? Kieran Adams back here tonight, crash test dummy. He's been driving for us since 2021. He's ready to go over here on the inside lane, getting ready to take on the defending champion, Jim Cartwright, an alien who nearly seems unstoppable out here on the MTA circuit. Boat truck stage. Here's the green light now. Down the straightaway they go. Alien's got to leave. Our crash test dummy starting to make a comeback on him. What a matchup it was here in semis. Not sure what happened to Jimmy Cartwright and Alien. He had some trouble over there on the outside lane, and Kieran Adams, crash test dummy, was making up the ground fairly quickly. Watch now as they go up and over the first jump. They're going to land here on the crush cars. Kieran Adams putting the horsepower down, and it wasn't by much that Alien got the win here tonight in our semifinal competition. But nonetheless, he will move on into the final round showdown, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is coming up next. The new rookie, Dustin Stoner and Toxic, will take on Jim Cartwright and Alien. Flag on the line next. It is now time for the final round showdown. A lot on the line right here, ladies and gentlemen, as Jim Cartwright and Alien is now 9-0 coming out of the February season into March. He is the reigning champion for the past 2 weeks. Is tonight he going to make it a three-peat here in Alien? Dustin Stoner just made his debut tonight on Thunder. Toxic ready to go. Can he make the upset? It's showtime here tonight on Thunder. Now down the straightaway they go. They're pretty much even down there. The first jump up and over the cars. Now what a matchup, and Alien pulls it out. Jim Cartwright 10-0 in the March season. Alien gets the three-peat here tonight. He is on a rail, but how about the new kid on the block? Dustin Stoner and Toxic hanging right there with the champion. They go up and over the first set of cars, settle it down right here, shoot out to the finish line. Toxic got a little crossed up, and Jim Cartwright and Alien setting out records and making history here tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for now your five-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, Jim Cartwright and Alien. And that man moves into next week 10-0 on Thursday Night Thunder. Week 2 of the March season coming up next week. We'll see if he can hang on to the flag for a 4th week in a row. We're looking at the overall point standings with tonight's big win. He takes the overall points lead with 100 points. Runner-up Toxic with 90. Your semifinalists, Snakebite and Crash Test Dummy, rounding out at 80 points apiece. And then your round 1 eliminations, Blue Thunder, Excalibur, Black Stallion, and El Toro Loco, 75 points apiece to get us started here in the March season. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys once again for joining us out here on the Monster Truck Attitude YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to leave a comment down below of your favorite part about tonight's show. Thank you all so much, and we'll catch you down the road.